is fine there?
No.
It's not too loud, right? Thanks. Born and brought up in Mumbai.
I'm in Mumbai last 40 years. But after he shifted to Boston, so I hardly get time with him in India. I'm happy to play with him, and he arranged to tour this 20 concerts in 1 month. Thank you, Amit.
My pleasure. So first movement you saw that was first movement was called Alapi
And Jod.
then which is without rhythm. Then the Jod comes in. When Jod comes in, you will see the rhythm happening, right? So he's building up, and then the last portion is called Jhala, which is the fastest tempo. Now he's going to start. I'm going to accompany him. So he's going to start, which is the bandish or gat in Madhale, Teen Tal, which is 16 beats cycle. So which I'm going to keep the 16 beat cycle, and he is going to build up on top of that, which is composed and then also improvised.
they can hear anyway. Like
Oh, yeah?
I'm not getting feedback, so I thought, yes. Fine. This is the Rag Sham Kalyan. And yes.
And this was a sound check.
No.
Now do we start? No.
I'm playing last one more than 45 minutes, not sound check. I think anybody wants to know about sitar, yeah, they are fine because I think and now everything you get on Google. What it's called, where it's coming from, the history, and then everything you get from Google. But live concert is different than Google. What you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, in 1973, I was 17 years old, and at the age of 10, I really got into the sitar music. So I bought a sitar. I did.
Wow.
And I couldn't learn how to play it. Very difficult. But I noticed that you don't have the bowl in the back, which is the one I did.
Yeah.
And also the top strings, there were 7 top strings, and the bottom 18 sympathetic
Yes,
strings. Yeah.
Yes.
So there are some different types of sitar, correct?
Yes, there are. It's just sitar is what happened. One style is Ravi Chary, Nikhil Banerjee, and then I learned from Ustad Padma Bhushan, Ustad Abdul Halim Jafar Khan Sahab. Also, I learned from Ustad Shahid Parveji. So these like mainly Ravi Chary, Vilayat Khan Sahab, and Halim Jafar, 3 different styles. Different. So I used to learn from Ravi Chary style and Halim Jafar Khan Sahab. Then later on I shifted to the Vilayat Khan style, which is Itawa Gharana. Some people they call Vilayat Khani Gharana. So this is just style. It's just style. So in that style, they used to play Sur Bahar, which is, you must be aware about the Sur Bahar, is bigger than sitar. And it's again same 2 tumbas, which is 2 pumpkins. But Vilayat Khan Sahab changed the 7 strings to 6 strings. And then he decided not to have the smaller tumba. So because all the sound is coming through one tumba is fine. This is just mainly for the little it's enhancing the little sound, but mainly it's even balancing. But he decided not to have that smaller one. So this is a style. Otherwise, they are all great, legendary. I mean, of course, Ravi Chary is no more, and Vilayat Khan Sahab is no more, and even Halim Jafar Khan Sahab, they are not. But the followers of their style, they call it Gharana, they are there all over. I hope you got the answer.
Which is not on the Google, by the way.
I just listen to it on YouTube when I can.
Yeah, but so this is and even style of even style of playing, plucking, and the right hand. This Gharana right hand is more strong than other Gharanas. So it's all balancing basically. Yes, sir.
Beautiful music.
Thank you so much.
I always wonder if this rich tradition, Indian music, Indian language, Indian culture, Indian Vedic knowledge, astrology, and they focus on the patterns and the math and the numbers and the beauty and the intelligence. Why, after all these 4,000, 6,000 years, we haven't reached that state of Brahma, that state of Atma, for majority of the people, the Christ message of love for others? Why? Why? We are failing.
Are we playing? Oh. I understand your question, but I'll explain it to you.
Yeah, okay.
But
couldn't-
the I don't want to go into deep thing, but this is very meditative. I'll tell you a simple example. when we play music, basically what is the meditation? You just focus on one thing, or you focus on breathing, or you focus on not having thoughts or questions, right? Or the musicians, when they play, we are not coming up with any thoughts. We are just focused on the music. Just now, 20 minutes, whatever we played, I'm sure you guys were part of us, and as well as we were part of that, and completely focused. I wasn't thinking about what's happening in Boston and what's happening in Mumbai and texting anybody or something like that. So for me, it's very meditative. For meditation, or for having that, whatever you said, it's very important for the musician and audience to understand that this music, you have to be involved in it, and that's from both sides. If sometimes musicians fail to do that, to convey their message, as maybe we don't, or as an audience we don't understand, or sometimes it's a popular music which we go with the flow and there is a beat happening all the time. In this music, you don't have to learn, you just have to feel it. And once you feel it, you go towards that path which you're talking about. So I wouldn't say it's failing. It's sometimes as an audience, I would fail to understand what musicians want to say, or sometimes as a musician, I would say that I'm failing to, to convey my message to the whole world. If he's playing something raga which is based on love or based on mourning, there are different types of ragas, right? Or the different times they play. In this case, he's playing the evening raga. So you feel that it's the evening. When you close your eyes, that, Pandit Harish Prasad Chaurasya, he'd been asked one day that if a blind person sitting here and he cannot see the beautiful morning, how will you describe that? And he said, through my raga, Lag Lalat. So that's how you, describe the whole thing.
Just ask one.
Sure.
In the 20 minutes that you were playing
Yeah.
together in that state of meditation and the state of total improvisation, you were both, there was no thought, but you were anchored in the dharma of love. Why are we not able to do these simple things of anchoring ourselves to love, this higher power that creates these 20 minutes?
But it's emotion. See, if you squeeze orange, what comes out of it? Not grape juice. Orange juice, right? You answer, okay. It's as simple as that. That's it. So if you have anger in your head, and you're coming with anger, that let's see what this guy plays. What's going to come out? Anger. If you come here with love and full of hunger of listening to music, that's going to come out of you and the musician. So either one person sitting here or thousands, if they're all coming up with the love or affection towards the music, that's the main important part. That's what artists like. And I would,
concentrate.
yeah, but this is most important. What I'm talking about. So each one of you, I feel it. I feel warmness. So sometimes we go to some auditoriums and we just feel nothing. You just feel it's because blacked out. So we sometimes ask for audience to, there is a light in the audience.
Yes.
We would like to see their faces, what they're feeling. So that's very important for us as a musician. So I think I answered you.
Yes.
Okay, great.
We need to have the physical, bauddhic, which is mental, and third one is atmic, which is called emotions. So these are the three things which we need very strong into all these three areas. Yes, anything else? Can I go for a folk tune? Yes, yes, sir.
Just one more. So this type of music, it's just not only for mind, it's for mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
Correct? It all ties into that.
So what he means is, he's talking about three different elements. Sometimes you are very ready to play, ready to go. You play fast. You're physically strong and playing that music amazing, but it's not touching. That could happen. Sometimes it's soulful and playing slow music. It's touching, but that guy must be not ready with, playing faster. Which maybe that time.
Physically weak.
So that's one element missing, but I wouldn't call it, that's missing, because I would love to have soulful music rather than fast music. So there are three elements, and sometimes you're very, very talented mentally, and your calculation is amazing, which is needed in this music, or South Indian music, or any different kind of music, which I would rather say.
It will be creative too.
And it has to be creative. So sometimes that is great, that mathematically everything is great, but there is no soul, there is no practice, or something is missing. So three elements complement each other. That's what he's trying to say. So if it's all three are there, your technique and soul, if it mixes together, that's the music you would like to listen.
I ask one of the things, the AI that you're talking about is in weapons and all that. I mean, these are so inconsistent with the existence of soul, because we have gone all to this mind and power and domination rather than the heart. Who on earth created an AI weapon to kill people?
It doesn't matter to us. And AI is whatever it is AI. Human to one-on-one interaction is most important. We all know that, and that's why you all are here today. So otherwise you would have listening to us on AI, but nobody's doing that. Everybody's in the hall and auditoriums are full. That's what we are doing the tour here with sitar and tabla still, which is 100 years old concept. Sitar and tabla together, and it's still happening as a performance. So, so we are grateful for that, So what I'm playing is the tabla. I would like to tell you a little bit about it because it's fun. On my left hand, I have a bass drum, which is called dagga. Sounds like bass. And on my right hand, the tabla, which is tuned to his sa, which is tonic. That's his tonic D. So I'm tuned to that. So this is tuned. This is not tuned, but it's the bass. So it complements each other. How? If I play, every note has a name. Na, tha, thun, tit, tin, nanatit. And on my left hand, I have kha and ge. Right? I would go ge, 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 ge. Ge, 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 ge. And combine, if I play that dha, dhin, dhit, dhatit, kadhatit, ganatit, kat, kadhanada, kadakitakran, dhatarikadatik, dhatarikadatik, takdarikadatik, takdarikadatik, dhidrikadatik, dhidrikadatik, tinnakadatik, tinnakadatik, dhatarikadatik, 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 takdarikadatik, 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 dhidrikadatik, dhidrikadatik, so I'm creating, I can play whatever composed music is there. We improvise, we all the time improvise. And we come up with the different mathematics, play in the 8 beats or 7 beats, whatever cycle is there. And that's about tabla, brief introduction, which you will never find on Google.
This is pumpkin. They dry it. But we don't eat this pumpkin. It's a little bitter pumpkin. They dry it, and for 6 months or 1 year, and then according to if they want tanpura or they want the sitar, they want some other instrument or veena, they cut it according to the size, small size, bigger size, and this is the pumpkin. And this is the wood. the bigger bridge, smaller bridge. Frets, it's called neck, like guitar has neck, we call dand, neck, from here to upper side. These are the resonating string. When I play the note, the sound, that frequency hitting the underneath string, and it's tuning exactly same to these notes according to the raga, according to what major, minor, and automatically it resonates the underneath strings. So yeah, these are the tuning for underneath strings, and these knobs are for the upper strings. Tumba, tabli, bridge, smaller bridge, resonating strings, frets, where we produce the note. This, we have 12 notes here. We can play any genre of music on this instrument. Maybe rock, maybe jazz melody, maybe Indian classical music, film industry, film songs, any genre of music.
Sir, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Just for them, how do you bend the note?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Bending. We can bend 5 notes, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 notes. Sa, sa. These are the staccato, legato. Sa, pa, sa, ma, sa, ga, sa, re, sa, sa. This is called meaned, bending. We are the string and we are producing the note. You can play anything, any genre, any song.
Yes, sir.
Ravi, I'm
Yeah.
wondering, just a couple questions. How many of the strings do you strike? Are strings that you strike versus how many are sympathetic?
Mainly first string, the first, which is we call baj katar, which is called first string. We mainly playing all the notes.
Okay.
Then some notes which is a lower scale, we play on second string, which is second string, first string open. Then this last string for the filler, and the jhala which I played is a faster rhythm, faster 16-bit cycle. So first string is main important. And automatically just the sound, the string, other strings gets little hitting this majra, which is called plucker. Plucker म्हणतात ना? Yes.
Spectrum, yeah, correct.
And it gets, the sound is coming from third and fourth string. just first string.
Sometimes guitarists with the left hand make a sound by doing pull-offs. It seemed to me you were doing pull-offs as well, where the right hand wasn't involved, the left hand was plucking the string.
Because in one stroke, we play several notes, which is there are intricacies we do play from left hand, whichever intricacies we need, like mean, bending the string. Then to bring the beauty into the notes, into the melody. Example, beauty, if we need on the notes, left hand. Yes. Yeah. Yes, so I'll play folk tune from India. I have asked Rajasthani, from Rajasthan.
I would like to say thank you to Maurice and Jennifer for hosting us. This is great that you organized this beautiful evening, so give them a big hand. Maurice.
Good evening.
Also, I would like to say thank you to Vinodji, who is Vinod Venkataraman, who is in LA, who is doing a festival tomorrow, which is dedicated to also Pandit Ravi Shankarji, and we are playing there tomorrow. Also, I would like to say thank you to Russ, who is doing the sound here. And of course, all of you for being here.
Team working.
The whole team, yeah, the whole, of course. I would like to say this young gentleman, thank you, and thank you to all of you for coming and listening to us.
We're going to give a formal vote of thanks. But I'd just like to let everyone know that as you leave, we do have a list of our upcoming events here at the Institute of World Culture. We have a philosopher from Dnipro, Ukraine. He'll be speaking about the idea of time and cycles. We also have a philosopher coming up in June on the cosmopolis, concord, and harmony in ancient philosophy and modern science.
Wow.
And then, for music lovers especially, maybe, Saturday, July 5th, it'll be our Founders Day event, The Unanswered Question, Charles Ives, a pioneer in experimental music.
Oh, nice.
And so these are our upcoming programs. You can get these sheets as you leave. We want to thank you all so much for coming and joining our community of lifelong learning here at the Institute of World Culture. And of course, we want to thank our maestros, musicians, for such a heartfelt performance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now our formal vote of thanks from Joseph Miller.
As if not enough people haven't spoken already. But we do have our formal vote of thanks. And it's my great pleasure to thank Ravi and Amit for coming to us this afternoon. It's the greatest Friday afternoon I've had in a long time. I'd like to end every week this way. I don't know what you guys are doing on Fridays, but I would highly recommend coming back here. But it really, what a great pleasure to have you play. You know, and when we see you, when we hear your music, not only do we see great skills, but you both have the hearts of a poet. It was just, the music is beautiful. And you both represent the river of this great tradition that you represent. It is your gurus, your parents behind you, those who recognized you at a young age and helped you into this that makes today possible. It's at such a high level.
Absolutely,
it's
just remarkable.
Right. Thank you.
You know, music is it's a measurement of both time and a measurement of space, tonal space, right? Both are going together. And in Indian music, that's supremely true. But of course, none of this would make sense to us unless we have the tabla inside us, unless we have the sitar inside us.
Absolutely.
And that's what you do. You draw that out. And for that, we're very grateful. So thank you so much for taking the time to see us.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you from the musician if the Institute should invite Anusha Shankar or not.
Well, of course, it would be a question of Anushka's producers and directors and all of that and her busy schedule. But yes, this was very beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.